Hey Foss2, welcome back to Basic Stitches. I'm Jordan and I'm on Instagram at JordanXStitch.
And I'm Jamie and I'm on Instagram as JamieXStitch.
And it's weird to say that not looking at ourselves in the camera.
It's fine though.
Yeah. It's been 3 years, I think I decided,
since we've done a stitch with me.
So we thought we'd do one again, but this time we're all fancy and we don't have to balance it on a scroll frame stand.
Yeah.
And so now we have an actual tripod.
And it is on the table. We're going to try not to bump it. And we got some lights so we can see the stitch. At least I need that. I feel like we're doing good. We've come a long way. 3 years.
We're fancy now.
So today I'm going to be stitching on Gone Batty by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And I changed it. You can see, I don't know, she did it on a green fabric. I can't remember the color she did it on.
Is it Kermit?
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's Kermit. I'm stitching it on Wood Violet, 28 count Jobelin. I believe it's Jobelin. And I kind of mirrored her colors, but I just kind of picked from my stash as well. So, and I have loved how it's turning out.
I'm working on Autumn Hill by Plum Street Samplers. This is one I got at StitchCon, and I've made lots of progress, but I'm wanting to make even more. So
yeah, she's pretty close to done. We have the hill to do.
The hill, a few flowers, and a few crows.
Yeah, but you've come a long way.
Yeah.
So it looks very pretty.
So we have a random question, 100 questions to get to know somebody. And we're just gonna kind of read off the questions on there.
Kind of answer them. I had posted earlier on Instagram to ask questions and stuff, but I didn't do it soon enough because I literally did it like 5 minutes before we started film. So we will use those for another time because we may try and do this again.
Yeah.
We like that we get some stitching in and just get to visit.
So our first question, if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, geez. I should have read through some of the questions first. What would you say?
Davis County.
Which is in Utah.
It's the perfect midpoint between right here and where I live now and where my in-laws live. And distance from my husband's work, and it's just prime location, which is why it's so hard to find a house there.
Right. I actually like where I live, but like dream, where would I live? That kind of dream?
I guess. Legitimately, I would live in Davis County and just have the money to travel and go wherever.
Right. I don't know, because I would love like a mountain cabin, but I would also like a beach house. So can I just have 3 houses where I am now, but a different house? I do want to build a new home. And have a cabin in the mountains and, I need to stitch, not just talk. And beach house. Beach house, I would say either like Hawaii or like in I like the Carlsbad, California area, or mountains somewhere close to us because we have gorgeous mountains. There. That's all I got. That's all I can think of.
Lacey had a dream the other night. She was telling me about it yesterday. She was like, I had a dream that we found the perfect house and we were moving. And I was like, oh yeah? She's like, yeah. Now I want that house. And I was like, well, I do too. And she's like, well, I know you do. It was the perfect house. It was really funny.
She's funny. She's witty, isn't she?
Yes, she gets it from her dad. What is your favorite family vacation?
Oh, am I answering first?
Sure.
I would say what would I say? I would say probably our big Disneyland trip that we did with my siblings and their children and my parents and all the cousins and stuff. I think that was, and it was not a restful vacation by any means.
Disneyland never is.
We did Disneyland, we did Universal Studios, we did San Diego Zoo, we did SeaWorld, we went to the beach. Some of them went to a
We did Disneyland
Angels game, 3
and
days.
California Adventure.
Yeah, 3 days. Plus all the other parks. We did the park pass or the city pass thing, whatever it was that we bought. I think we bought it from Costco. And it was just a lot of fun. Your dad and I would say, like, without the kids, our favorite trip is probably 2 of our Mexico vacations we've gone on.
It did say family vacation.
Okay, family vacation. Fine. That was probably one of my favorites.
Mine was probably taking the kids to Disneyland
This past
earlier
year.
this year.
Yeah.
That was so fun. And like the day after we got home and Ben was, Mom, I just want to go back. And we just had such a blast. And I thought Disneyland was fun and I loved it, like, as a kid, but it's 100 times better taking kids.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. Seeing their little faces light up and everything, it's a highlight as well. And plus you're there too, so it's like you get the best of it all.
It was really nice too because we got there, we went at the end of April, and when we went they had just started opening everything back up to normal. So like they were doing the electric light parade, they had just started that again after stopping it in like 2016, and they were doing character meet and greets again, and just like all that stuff was freshly back like within the week before we went there.
Which is fun.
So it was super fun. And I know I've shown the picture so many times, but I still can't get over the picture of my kids on Splash Mountain.
I love the one of Ben just looking at Belle.
Yeah, he was so in love with Belle. It was so cute. Let's see. What is your proudest accomplishment?
I would, okay.
Are you gonna be sappy?
Maybe. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. My kids, they're my proudest accomplishment. I have, obviously, Jorden. She's doing pretty well in her life. And Abby. Oh, they're just, all my kids are doing really well. They're in a good spot. They're all adults. They're all working. They're good functioning members of society. They're just my kids. And the fact that they still like to hang out with me. That means a lot to me.
We talked about it not that long ago, but I can't remember what I was doing, but I realized one day.
You were looking up to see if I'd left work, I thought.
Oh, yep, that's what it was. And I saw that Abby and Mom were both at work. And I realized that my parents, between the two of them, work with all 3 of their kids. Because Mom works with me on stitching, which is a fun job.
It is a fun job.
And then Abby works at the same company that Mom's at. And then Derek works with Dad. So you just never get a break from us.
Nope, they're always here. Well, you're not always here. You live 2 hours away, but you know.
I know.
But no, seriously, my kids and the people that become, and that would be, I couldn't, and like I said, the fact that my kids still want to hang out with me, that's an accomplishment. And what about you?
Well, I don't want to copy yours, but I don't want to say anything else besides my kids. But I'm pretty dang proud of who they are.
Yeah.
Who they're becoming.
You have good kids. I have to say that. You should also be proud of your business that you have.
Yeah, but
the
like,
obviously kids are going to mean the most, right? Because family, kids are everything, but
second to my kids is probably my business, because gosh, it's so much fun sometimes.
Well, and I would say my second would be like the friendships I have. I have some pretty amazing people in my life. Like, and your dad kind of makes fun of me because I have different groups of friends. I have the friends I grew up with my whole life, literally since kindergarten on. Then I have like my old work friends. Then I have my new work friends, and like that. And I still hang out with my old work friends and stuff. I don't know. I just have that. I have my stitchy friends. Like, they all just mean a lot, and I think that having good people in your life, that's an accomplishment.
I mean, my best friends, I met one of them in 2nd grade, and we weren't super great friends until after high school, but like, we went to school with each other the whole time. Well, we were friends in high school. And then my other best friend I met in 6th grade, and she's been like my best friend since then. But we have a lot of friends that we get to see and spend time with, and
friends are like the family, but not that you're born with, that it's chosen. Yeah, so that's pretty special. Do you have any next question?
Trying to find a good one.
Your friend that's from 6th grade, I also consider my third daughter.
Yeah.
And her other friend that she's talking about, I believe, she has twins, little baby girls, and they're adorable. That's not what I wanted to do.
Where did it go? What makes you laugh the most?
Honestly, your dad.
I was gonna say Alex. Gosh dang it. I don't want to keep copying your answers. Disneyland. Kids.
Right.
Husband.
But your dad's funny, and even when he's not trying to be funny, he's funny.
Dad is really funny.
And he, like, even with our friends, when we're hanging out every weekend camping.
Tell the story about the trivia game.
So that when we were playing, I can't remember the name of the game. Do you remember what it was?
No, it was some trivia game.
It was some trivia game. And we had to guess. I know it was a board game, and you had to get to the end. Obviously, that's kind of normal. And then you have to. The questions were like person, place, or thing, and the opponent would read off on a card a list of like clues, and you had to try to guess the person, place, or thing to move on. Anyway, kind of basic kind of sound game, but it had a funny twist to it, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, and I can't even think. My husband knows a lot of random information, like...
Well, because he has always watched a lot of, like, Discovery Channel and History Channel and
he
stuff.
listens to a ton of books and podcasts, and he just has random knowledge, right? So at one point during the night, like, he kept answering questions, and I was lucky to have him on my team, and he was doing really well. And at one point during the night, one of our friends, Matt, he's like, I don't like this game. It makes Marty look smart. It was funny. Because normally Marty, like, he's just funny and goofy and doesn't necessarily always show
that he knows a lot
that
of
he
stuff.
has some knowledge. He's just goofy. And he's always like, why am I always the one getting teased? But it's because of the way he is and his smart aleck nature. He kind of just brings jokes on himself in a way.
He's really goofy and, like, is easy to make fun of, but he can also take a joke.
And he'll dish it back too.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just, I don't know. He's just funny. He makes me laugh, and I'll say random things. And sometimes my favorite is when he says something and it makes himself laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he thinks he's funny. That's my favorite.
I can't remember what the joke was. And so it's going to make this story, like, not as fun. But Alex and I had been talking to his mom and his sister. And I had been saying something. I can't remember. It was about, like, accidentally wearing our shirts backward or something. And because Ben always puts his shirt on backward. But I have occasionally... just like when I'm really tired and stuff, accidentally put a shirt or whatever on backward. And so we were just like talking about it and laughing. And I can't remember what Alex said, but as we were like going back downstairs to the area we live, he said something, and Shelly, my mother-in-law, was like, oh my goodness, after this conversation, I think I just added a full another year to my life. Because like laughing makes you live longer and stuff, I guess, is a thing. And I was like, seriously, like, if that's the case, I'm gonna live forever, because he's constantly just making me laugh. And it's dumb jokes. It's jokes that no one else would think is funny, but I guess that's why we work.
That's why you work. I'd say that about your dad, though. There's some stuff that he jokes about that other people would be like, what?
Well, and sometimes it's like context. And it's like me and Alex spend a lot of time together, and so he makes a joke about something that's happened before that no one else was around for, and I'll get it, but no one else will.
Right. The inside jokes.
Yeah. What was the last movie you went to, and what did you think?
Oh, this is hard. I haven't been to a movie forever.
Same. Just kidding. Oh. Can I tell stories about how I'm not allowed to buy movie tickets anymore?
Sure.
So when we went to California, we were at Universal Studios, and we had kind of done everything we wanted to do, but we were still there and we'd paid for parking, so we didn't want to leave yet. And so we were like, well, there's a movie theater here. What if we go to a movie? And we wanted to go see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Because
I have to keep in twist of my thread.
We love it. Kids love it. Fun family movie. And we'd seen the first one and we loved it and everything. So I got on and I bought tickets and I was like, okay, should we get them for this time or this time? But we wanted to take stuff back to our car. And so we decided to get this slightly later time so that we just had time to hurry and do that. And bought the tickets, took stuff back to our car, got to the theater, and went in and sat down and we're like all excited. We took pictures of the kids in front of the Sonic poster, just like being silly. You know, we were going all out on this. And we were just sitting there, and then like commercials start, and we're eating our popcorn and everything. And then the movie starts. And I was like, is this a commercial still? And Alex is like, I don't think so. Like, but this isn't Sonic. And so I looked at my tickets on my phone, and sure enough, I had gotten tickets to see The Bad Guys, which was like the new DreamWorks movie. And it was pretty good. It was funny. The kids enjoyed it. It wasn't Sonic though. And so we were all like a little bit disappointed. But
wait, there's more.
Last month I'm trying to do this and count. For Father's Day, it was on Father's Day. We were sitting there, and we had missed going to see because we've done the like summer movies thing that a lot of theaters do, and it's like $10 for 10 movies over the summer every week. And
so for 10 weeks you see a movie.
Yeah. And they're like pre-chosen movies that have been out for a long time and stuff, but it's a nice like little break to do during the summer,
especially when it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah. So on Wednesday mornings we go to these movies. Well, I had an appointment on one of the Wednesdays, and so we couldn't go to the movie, and it was supposed to be the Paw Patrol movie, which my kids, sorry if you can hear them, they're just outside the door.
They're playing Legos.
But they didn't really care to see the Paw Patrol movie. They're not big into that. It's kind of for younger kids. And so we were like, it's okay, we'll go see Lightyear instead. So we're sitting there, it's Sunday morning, and I'm like, okay, I'll just buy tickets and we'll go see it on Saturday. So then I realize, oh wait, this Saturday my kids are supposed to be in a parade. And so I was like, I need to just go to the theater and see if they'll just like let me change the tickets to a later time that day. Like still matinee, still whatever. I just need a later time. So on Thursday, I go into the theater.
And preface it by saying you had ordered the tickets, you had ordered all your concessions and stuff, so then they'd get delivered to your seat. You'd done this whole big order.
Yep.
Okay, so then continue.
So I go in and I'm like, hey, I just need to switch my tickets to a later time on Saturday. And she's like, okay, no big deal. And she's like, I just need to scan your tickets. And she scans them. And I had thought it was weird because I couldn't get the tickets to show up in the app. I could only get them to show up through my email. And I'm like, whatever, it's probably just a problem with their app. And she's like, when were the tickets supposed to be for? And I said, like Saturday morning at 10. And she's like, oh, those tickets were for last Sunday. Because when I bought the tickets on Sunday at about 10 a.m., I bought tickets for Sunday at about 10 a.m. And I felt so stupid. And I was like, oh, we definitely did not come to that movie. Is there any way to like change them? And she's like, no, because the date's already passed. We can't do anything with them. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So you were just out all that money and the concessions and everything.
Yep, which it was a matinee, so it wasn't like that much, but it was still like annoying. But then the kids were all disappointed. So that night we ended up renting Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Amazon Prime and watching that, and had an at-home movie night.
Well, that works.
So we still haven't seen Lightyear. We finally saw Sonic.
Jordan's not allowed to buy movie tickets anymore.
Yep. I told Alex now he's in charge of all of them. So we're trying to go see Thor sometime this week, and he has to buy the tickets.
your dad and I are probably going to go see Thor tomorrow, which is Sunday matinee. It's my favorite time to go to the movie. And I honestly cannot remember the last movie I saw in the theater. I know your dad and I went to a movie since, like, pandemic stuff and, like, the movie theaters opened. But we used to be big moviegoers, and we just haven't been. We've been busy.
That's what happens when you go camping every weekend.
I know. Hey, I'm not camping this weekend. I'm probably not next weekend.
Oh.
Too.
Sad.
And on July 30th. Because family's going to Bear Lake. So, anyway. But yeah, I can't tell you the last movie I saw. I don't remember.
The last movie I saw technically was Space Jam because we went to that on Wednesday. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, I'm not into that kind of movie.
I am not a sports person.
But that's part of that summer package thing, right?
Yeah. I'm not a basketball person, a sports person. So, like, all the references to anything sport related went completely over my head. And then, as far as the rest of it goes, it was just kind of, It was air conditioned. That was nice. The kid behind my seat kept kicking me, and I was going crazy. There was a lady that, bless her heart, she had like 9 kids with her. And I don't know, because there is a daycare that takes their kids all at the same time, but I don't think she was part of the daycare.
Okay.
But she may have had like friends' kids or something with her. But she had like 9 kids, and this 2-year-old, probably about 2 years old, was screaming and crying and throwing a huge fit. But none of the kids that were with her could have been older than like Lacey. Like, they were all quite young. 8. And so she couldn't like leave all these kids. And so she was like trying to calm down the 2-year-old, and she just looked like she was having a time. And if it had been like I paid to go see Thor or something, I probably would have been a little irritated. But where it was just Space Jam and it cost me $1, I did not care. I guess
right.
$3. But I wanted to help, but I also didn't. If it were me, I would have felt awkward having someone come help, so I chose not to. Maybe that makes me a bad person.
No. It is what it is.
But
it's taking little ones to the theater.
Yeah.
So.
Before that, the most recent movie I saw was The Bad Guys. And it was fine. It was funny. There were parts. It was DreamWorks. There were butt jokes and stuff. So, I don't know. It was for kids.
Yeah. What is our next question?
Let's see. What would you sing at a karaoke night?
Oh, well, that I would apologize to everyone beforehand because I can't carry a tune for nothing. I cannot sing. It is not a talent that I possess in any kind of the way. You know how even singing Happy Birthday,
No one sounds good singing Happy Birthday.
Well, just any.
And everyone sings it like it's a funeral song instead of like a celebratory song.
Right? It's too slow. They need to up the beat rhythm. I don't know. There's fun songs. I think. What would you sing? I'm debating on a few.
So, I don't know, because I don't like do karaoke because I'm also not a great singer.
Right.
But I can think, like, if I was in a theater play, I know my dream role would be Ursula from Little Mermaid. And because Poor Unfortunate Souls is such a good song.
Right.
And I think it would be so fun to be Ursula in a stage play. So I'm going to say Poor Unfortunate Souls.
See, and I was thinking more like the
or
songs.
Kate Bush Running Up That Hill, because it's stuck in my head 24/7 lately.
Kate Bush Run Up the Hill.
Have you not heard it? It's the #1 song in the U.S. for the past, 3 weeks.
I probably heard it and not realized what the name or who sings it.
The song is from, the 80s. And it was featured in Stranger Things, the most recent series.
Oh, and I have not watched that yet. I'm so behind on everything. So good.
But, yeah, it's been #1 in the U.S. for, over a month now.
I would sing, have to be something I know pretty well. So I'm going to say almost any Shinedown song. Or
you listen to the new album?
I like the new album too, really well. Which is called Planet Zero. It's awesome. Go listen. But then there's all the fun songs. It would be fun, Tonight, Hot Shell Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are the songs that we'd blast in the car and sing and irritate your dad.
Yeah.
On car rides and stuff. I don't know, Queen and ABBA. I would think it'd be some of those songs would be fun.
ABBA would be fun.
Wouldn't it, though? So those are the songs that was coming to my mind that I would sing.
Which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house?
Mow the lawn, hands down, any day. That's a chore when it's done for a whole week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wash dishes, they're never done.
Ever.
What was the other one's? Vacuum? Oh, I don't mind vacuuming. And what was the other one?
Clean the bathroom.
Oh. I do appreciate a nice clean bathroom. I do them all, let's put it that way, but the one that I prefer would probably be to mow the lawn.
I would probably be between mowing the lawn and vacuuming, because the nice straight carpet lines, right, or the nice lines in the grass after mowing the lawn, I love it.
Your dad and I was just sitting out back last night, and he had just mowed the lawn, because everybody's coming over, and he had been putting some treatment stuff on it and doing different things to try and help with, our dry drought year that we got here. But I'm like, your lines go the other way. He's like, yeah. He's like, you do it wrong. And I'm like, how do I mow the lawn wrong? He's like, you don't do it right, so your lines don't work out right. He's like, if you do it this way, and he was show me how he does this section and then this and then this, and he goes back and forth this way, the short way, and I go the long way back and forth. And he's like, but then where it goes up on the sides of the house, he's like, your lines just get messed up. He's like, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh. So speaking of lines, apparently I mow the lawn wrong. But I like to do it, so it's fine.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The first thing that came to mind instantly was my grandma's homemade chicken noodle soup with the homemade noodles and carrots and all that, and with the homemade chili sauce on it. That's my favorite thing ever.
I need you to teach me how to make the soup.
Yeah, we need to do that in the winter though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, soup is not.
And I see chicken noodle soup, but we usually end up using a turkey breast to make it. Just because I usually have those in my freezer.
Mine would probably be taco salad.
Oh, I like taco salad. Like our taco salad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mentioned it when we were driving home from Denver, which every time that comes up, Alex is like, I can't believe you drove home from Denver.
He said we made the best choice.
Oh, I for sure think we did. It's just hilarious that we had to do that.
Right.
But I mentioned it in my stories because someone had asked when we were doing the Ask Me Anything, or how our family makes the taco salad. So I'm going to explain here because I keep forgetting to do it on Instagram. But real fast, I need to count.
Well, so first of all, I can start because I know how to do it.
Yep.
We fry our hamburger and we don't season it.
I do. I put taco seasoning
in it. You do?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the traditional way. That's not Grandma's way.
Well, that's how I do it.
Well, that's wrong. Just kidding. I do have it that way sometimes, but not our salad that way, but other taco salad. Anyway. So, continue your way then.
So I do taco meat. I super heavily season mine too because I like a lot of flavor. I measure seasonings with my heart, not with a recipe. So there's that. And then we use Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos as a base, and crunch them up. And then we have the taco meat. And then lettuce, cheese, kidney beans.
Yeah, kidney beans.
Olives.
Drained. I do tomatoes.
I don't do tomato. Well, I usually have tomatoes, but not on mine. And then Grandma has a recipe for a dressing that we make.
It's like a homemade Thousand Island dressing.
Mm-hmm. And it's
delicious.
Like the perfect addition. And I could eat it all the time. Let's see, we're gonna scroll for some new ones.
You're looking for the next question?
Yeah. Who would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island?
Am I answering first again?
Yeah.
So you're gonna copy me?
Probably. Just kidding, I'm gonna say my husband.
That's I was gonna say, my husband.
It'd be a nice vacation.
And his random trivia might come in handy.
Truthfully, I think I probably have the better survival skills just because of like being crafty. I think I could put together stuff, but
I got some skills, but your dad really does have some abilities.
Another way, I'm just like Dad.
Yeah.
How would your friends describe you? You've got 3 groups of friends, 4 groups of friends?
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know.
I think that I'll probably describe you differently too.
I don't know.
Oh, dang it.
That's a hard one. Like, what would my friends think of me? I would hope they would think... I don't know. I find that hard to answer because you're answering it like for somebody else. You know what I mean? I find that hard to answer. And I keep getting knots, and it's just starting to irritate the crap out of me.
I just lost a game of thread chicken, so.
Oh.
I would hope my friends would describe me as being like reliable and dependable and helpful. Those are things that I try to be as a friend. But also fun/funny, entertaining.
I was gonna say thoughtful and helpful because I always like try to do things and help people. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? That was one of the thoughts I had. But then hopefully fun and would be one. I'd say I'm a little bit smart aleck. that might only be because I've been called that before.
What would you do if you won the lottery?
Okay, now your dad and I have this conversation frequently. Just not frequently, but every once in a while.
Well, our family has a verbal agreement that if any one of us wins the lottery, we have to take the rest of the family on a Disney cruise.
Yeah, that's just a given. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I think I got life going pretty good. Like, I would quit my job, but I would probably still be doing some of the same stuff I am. Like, other than I'd get to vacation more frequently. Right? But hanging out with friends and family and stuff. We have had the conversation of, would we want a beach house or a mountain, like, cabin? But if that's the case, I want both. If I have a lottery, I want both. We have talked about, like, because Bear Lake, which is like an hour away from us, and it's half in Utah and half in Idaho. It's one of my favorite places on earth. We've talked about there, what would we want? And I've said I would want a mountain cabin there, but I would want my private beachfront property with like a pavilion that had like power to it and have like a kitchen fridge place, you know what I mean, there. Mm-hmm. And like a shed to have like all your float tubes and stuff, and have like your boat dock and stuff like. But I would want, that would just be for the day use, but I'd want to actually have a mountain cabin. So there you go. I'd probably have my Land Rover.
I would buy a house. And I would go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'd go backpack across Europe. Go spend a lot of time in like Scotland and Ireland. That's a big dream vacation for me.
That would be fun. I also would like to go to Greece.
I would also
like to go to Italy.
Adopt a lot of dogs.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine how many animals we could have?
I would love to have some kind of like rescue situation and be able to. It's kind of a half dream of mine, but also I truthfully don't know if I could handle doing it. I would love to adopt senior aged dogs. Elderly dogs, because they have such a hard time getting adopted.
Placing them, yeah.
Because, for one, you're not going to have them for very long, and for two, they have more medical bills. But I would love to adopt them and give them all the love I could give them.
Happy senior
the end
years.
of their life. Yeah. So, but I don't know if I could handle it. I know how much I cry about the dogs that I've had already that have passed, and I don't know if I could do that like every few years, but you know, I would still love to do it. I'd love to be strong enough to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Our last question is, I'm trying to find a good one. Some of these are dumb. Who would you want to play you in a movie about your life?
Do you have a name?
I have one that immediately came to mind.
So do I, but I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I want more. So
yeah.
What's yours?
Mine was Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, I like Reese.
But she's also older than I am.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well that would work. But
so the one that instantly came to my mind was Charlize Theron. Now, given I would die for her body, but yeah, That was who came to my mind. Then I was sitting trying to think, who else, and I couldn't.
And my mind went completely blank on who there even was.
Right, that's kind of how mine was.
Okay. Well, I finished one in a partial flower.
I did. I was up in the eyebrows, so I did several, 3-4 rows. A thread and a half or so for the cat. But isn't he so cute?
He is.
I'm so excited. I've thoroughly loved stitching on these.
I like stitching this one a lot.
Yeah, you've had fun with that.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for joining in with us. Hopefully you got some stitching done as well.
I don't know if people like these kinds of videos. We haven't done them for a long time, so if you do, please let us know.
Yes.
Because then we'll do more. And there's lots of places that we exist on the social media.
Yep.
I have a website. It's www.littlestitchgirl.com. And then we have a Facebook group called The Basic Bunch. I have a Facebook page that's Little Stitch Girl. Mom has a Facebook page that's Jami X Stitch. And my Instagram is Jorden X Stitch.
And my Instagram is Jami X Stitch.
And then we also have DeAnn, Grandma, is Grandma X Stitch on Instagram. And Janalyn is Weeza X Stitch. So, lots of places you can hear from all of us. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.